today we're going to show you how to put a saddle on. We always put the saddle on before we put the bridle on. That allows the pony to adjust to the saddle and also gives us time to then go away and get ourselves ready before we ride, whilst the pony just stays happy tied up. We always tie a pony up when we go into the box, and if you're a junior, always wear a hard hat. So I'm going to start off by showing you the saddle and putting on the pad first, then the half number, and then the saddle on top. And we always tack up from the left-hand side, which is the near side of our pony. So the saddle's here waiting. I'll start off with the number, the pad first, and the pad will sit just neatly near the front of the saddle, the front of the horse. And if we need to then adjust it, we can gently move it backwards. We always try and get, if we can, the straight line that runs along the top of our number. We want to try and get that so it sits neatly in line and on the top, centrally placed on the top of our horse's spine. We then want to make sure that the sheepskin half pad goes on the top, and again, nice and neatly placed and squarely placed, evenly positioned, making sure there are not going to be any uneven pressure points for our horse when the saddle goes on. Again, the centre part, making sure it's right down the centre and not interfering either side of the horse's spine. The saddle will then go on nice and gently placing, making sure that you've got the saddle placed over the top either side of the spine, and with the number just gently coming up, leaving a little bit of air and lack of pressure, which we don't want at the front, and then squarely positioned so that it's evenly apportioned all the way around the saddle, again without any lumps, bumps or seams coming directly underneath. We want a little bit of gap so that when the pressure is sat on the saddle, it's distributed evenly and nice and comfortable for our pony. The girth, we start off by securing the offside, which is the right side of our pony. I'm going to go underneath the front of my pony to do that. Once I've then put the elastic parts through all the little keepers and secured all the little straps that are attached to the front or the second strap on our pony's saddle, I finish off by coming round to the near side, making sure while I'm here that everything is nice and square, and again no pressure points, and making sure there's no flaps or bumps. Back underneath the pony, and again we're going to make sure that the straps are positioned inside the front strap or the back strap. It really doesn't matter too much as long as it's secure. And then what we're going to do is put our girth underneath, making sure it sits just gently behind the elbow here, through the keeper, and as long as you've got one of them through this little keeper, that will then prevent the saddles from slipping, or the cloth itself. So we're going for the front one, and we're going for the back one. And again, with this saddle it's got lots of options, but generally speaking you want to go for the front and the back. We gently pull down the saddle, the buckle guard, making sure when we check the girth we go with the back of our hand from the front to the back, down and then out. We don't go in and out. It's more likely to then pinch our pony. Before we ride, we make sure that that is checked. That will need to go up, and it's got to be very firm. And try and make sure that you've got your buckles of your girth evenly apportioned either side. You don't want your buckle at the very top on one side and at the very bottom on the other. You want to try and even them up. And there we are. There's your saddle, nice and evenly positioned and ready to allow it to rest while I go get ready.